Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and today we're looking at the Spitfire. This is a Tier 5 light UK fighter characterized by being fairly okay across the board at everything. It's one of those jack of all trades, master of none. We're following around on board G1 as he flies on fjords, and a lot of people typically portray the average or fairly okay at everything plane as a big strength. I generally see that as almost a weakness, and the reason why is because you sometimes need a fair amount of knowledge about the game. For example, the Spitfire can outturn the UK heavies, the German heavies, and a lot of German and US planes in general, but it cannot outturn the Russian or Japanese planes. Likewise, it can outrun a lot of Japanese or Russian planes, but it can't outrun the German or US planes or UK planes. Now, that means you have to be very aware of who is on your tail at all times. And that can be difficult to do, especially when there's a mixed environment. For example, when there's a US fighter and a Russian fighter on your tail, well, what do? You can't exactly turn around because the Russian plane can turn with you, and you can't exactly boost into the sky or try to outrun them because the US fighter will be able to keep pace with you. And it's in those situations where I prefer a little bit more of a minimax type of theory, where I want the plane to do one thing really, really well instead of a couple things kind of well. For example, if it was a Japanese plane and you had a Russian plane and a US fighter on your tail, you could just simply outturn them both. If you were in a German heavy and you had a US plane and a Russian plane on your tail, you could just outclimb them both. So it takes a lot of situational awareness with the Spitfire to make it work, but when you do, the firepower is more than acceptable. Onboard is showing off some crazy gunnery skills as he just works down the opponents. So while the Spitfire might be a little bit difficult to fly at times, there's no doubt it's very effective. Onboard wrote a review and guide, links in the comments, check it out. Hope you enjoyed, happy hunting.